All have a set of guiding principles, the preconceptions and generalizations regarding fundamental issues of one's life and of the entire world. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, we tend never to abandon our beliefs. These are things Prospector believes on Rock 107.
I believe coffee cups labeled "Do Not Microwave" are the universe's way of testing how much you really want that caffeine. I believe that life is precious, that time is fleeting, and that if one more streaming service asks me to re-enter my password, I will lose my mind. I believe billionaires should be taxed at a much higher rate than the rest of us. The money collected should be deposited into my account until I'm just about a billionaire, but not quite, because I shouldn't have to pay higher taxes.
Well, now we know the reason he turned out the way he did. That was Things Prospector Believes on Rock 107. Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Today is Ash Wednesday, the day you can always tell who's Catholic, except Post Malone. You kind of have to rub his forehead just to see if anything comes off. Oscar ratings were down. Too bad. Viewers missed out on 4 hours of joys, cheer, and drama, and that was just Adrian Brody's speech. Singer Eddie Grant turned 77 today. These days, Eddie doesn't rock down to Electric Avenue. It's more of a slow shuffle.
It's 60 Minutes meets Gone in 60 Seconds. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Spring cleaning season is coming up, and I'm dreading it, trust me. But here's a question. Could you get rid of a third of your stuff and not know the difference? It's the Prospector Show on Rock 107. Good morning, I'm Prospector.
Good morning, I'm Kate. According to a spring cleaning poll, 34% of the stuff we own isn't used and just takes up space. But does that automatically mean it belongs in the dumpster?
Well, we say yes, but only if it matches anything from today's list of top 5 ways to know something in your house is junk. Here we go. Number 5, you haven't touched it in years. In other words, it's exercise equipment.
Top 5 ways to know something in your house is junk. Number 4, it's a DVD with Nicolas Cage on the cover.
Number 3, it costs 150,000 tickets at Dave & Buster's.
Top 5 ways to know something in your house is junk. Number 2, you ordered it off Temu.
And the number 1 way to know something in your house is junk, your kid made it in school. There you have it.
History. And now there's Skinny Wednesday. Skinny Wednesday. To make up for all the hurricanes you drank, shrimp po' boys you ate, and beignets you crammed into your pie hole. Try Skinny Wednesday. For breakfast, a cup of coffee and run 5 miles. Lunch, 2 glasses of water, a piece of celery, and 30 minutes on the treadmill. For dinner, 3 green beans and a piece of lettuce. And for dessert, another 30 minutes on the treadmill. Skinny Wednesday. Skinny Wednesday. Followed by back to eating like crap and binge drinking Thursday. Because hey, that's life.
Texting and drinking is never a good idea. We've all done it, and we've all regretted it. The drunken texts you forgot you sent. Prospectors collected them in Texticated on Rock 107.
From the 740, just figured out why my bed smells like weed. I found a bowl in my pillowcase. Area code 954. I already brushed my teeth, and it's not even noon yet. Today's going to be a productive day. And from the 813, I slept, walked to the toilet, and woke up pooping. Easily one of the most disorienting events of my entire life.
You hit send, and we hit the floor laughing in Texticated on Rock 107.
From area code 330, this pizza tastes like mashed potatoes. How high do you think I am? Area code 765. I'm currently prioritizing my homework by splitting it into things I can and things I can't do drunk. Oh, college. And from the 205, been considering the feasibility of adopting a kangaroo. Yes, I'm serious. And yes, I'm very high.
Proof that booze and cell phones don't mix in Texticated on Rock 107.
From area code 802, Tostitos scoops are the best shot glasses ever. Eat it after as a chaser. And from the 973, maybe tonight we can turn coloring into a drinking game.
Hey, we found him in your telephone. Intoxicated on Rock 107.
Now it's time for another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
Well, it's the Lenten season, a time for sacrifice and reflection, a time to suffer for my sins, a time to think and get ready for the Easter season. What should I give up for Lent? I mean, I said I'll give up chocolate, and that's a start. But what else? Oh, how about drinking? I could give up drinking for 40 days. Or watching The Gilded Age. But I don't know if I could wait until Easter to know what happens. I wish I could get him to give up sports. I should get some kind of Lent credit for sitting through basketball games. Talk about a snooze fest. I'll give up letting him watch sports for Lent. That's perfect.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. And Kate, before the commercials, we did something enlightening.
Spent a minute inside a woman's head.
Now it is time to spend time in a man's head.
But a man's attention span is so much shorter.
And now it's time for another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
She's on me to give up something for Lent. Not even Catholic. Wait a minute. I'll tell her I gave up baseball. She has no idea. It's just spring training. It's perfect.
And that was another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
Northeast PA's Classic Rock, Rock 107. Some people, young people, love to make the becoming your parents jokes. You know, it's that whole campaign with Progressive, stop young people from becoming their parents. But age, experience, and perspective can bring some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. And Kate, there's a thread on social media where people are talking about the old person habits that they've adopted. I have almost 30 years between us, and let's face it, I'm old. I'm almost 60, and you're not so old as you're just turned 30. I'm going to quiz you. I want to see which one of these things you do and you don't do, okay?
Oh, no.
There's no wrong answers.
Okay.
All right. Doing weekend errands before noon to beat the crowd. That's an old person thing. Are you doing that? You're not doing it.
No, I don't do that.
So you're sleeping late in, and you're just going to go out when you go out.
Yeah, I get out when I get out.
I, on the other hand, totally do that. I'll get up. Another old person thing, eating early dinners, yes or no?
Yeah, I totally do that.
I actually don't do that one.
Really?
Yeah, no, I mean, what's an early dinner? Say early.
Like 5:30.
No, I definitely. I mean, most of the times it's like 7, 6:30, something like that. If I go out to dinner at 7 or 7:30.
Yeah, I eat really early. But, you know, we go to bed. Well, I go to bed really early.
Yeah.
So
I want to get that food digested.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. All right, here we go. Another old person thing young people are adopting. Let's see if Kate's doing this or not. Using lap blankets or heated blankets.
Absolutely.
Well, what's a lap blanket?
Okay, so I have 4 different blankets on my couch, and they're all different textures, and they're all different weights, and they're all different patterns. And one is for, like, when I'm completely lounging. One is just for my lap because it's smaller.
Oh, okay.
And it just covers up my legs.
Gotcha. Oh, no, I want a full blanket. Like, if I'm laying in a blanket on the couch, I want it to go tucked in behind my shoulders, wrapped around my neck, all the way down over my feet, and tucked in below my feet.
For my 25th birthday, my best friend got me a Snuggie. It's the best thing I've ever gotten.
I'm going to disagree right there.
Sorry.
No Snuggies. All right. Old person thing young people are adopting, wanting to stay home. Others can come to me.
Yeah.
I've been like that since I was a kid.
It's kind of like 50-50. Like, sometimes I just want to be home.
I just don't ever want to do anything ever other than, like, you know, what I absolutely have to do. So I don't even want them coming to me. I don't want you at my house. I don't want you knocking on my doorbell. Hey, what are you doing, Prospector? No, none of that. Stay home. That's what I'm saying. Using closed captioning on everything you watch, yay or nay?
Yep. I do that.
I don't, but I understand it.
Yeah. I got to know what they're saying. I need to know what's being said.
In a lot of shows nowadays, it's like real mumbly.
Yeah.
I get that.
Mumbly and dark.
Yeah. But my problem with using it all the time is sometimes the words come up before they're saying them on TV, and then I know what they're going to say, and I get mad about it.
You get spoiled?
Yeah. It's like I'm like a microsecond spoiler, and I don't like it. Having a plastic bag full of other plastic bags, yes or no on that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Really?
Do you not? What?
No, not
What are
at all.
you talking about?
No. Now, I have a plastic bag dispenser above our garbage can where you shove the bags in and you can pull a bag out, but I don't have a bag filled with other bags. I have the tool designed to help me with that.
My mom has a cow, that has the plastic bag.
Yeah, same kind of thing like that.
I just got bags inside of bags inside of bags.
All right. So after all this and the quiz, how close is Kate to being an old lady? The way you act, the things you do, the old people thing you do? I'd say that puts you in your 50s already.
Yeah.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
An 18-year-old kid from Utah named Luke Herbert had to quit baseball when he was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. But how's this for switching gears? He just became the first kid from Utah to ever get a scholarship for cornhole. He'll be playing for Winthrop University in South Carolina. They're widely seen as having the best cornhole program in the country.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107. Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather around the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
If your partner asks what you think of their cooking, maybe consider whether or not they're still holding a kitchen knife before you answer. A 43-year-old woman in Florida was arrested for aggravated battery after she stabbed her boyfriend. The guy said they were arguing over his reluctance to eat her cooking. Unfortunately, no word on what she actually made. He told police she was swinging an 8-inch knife at him and it gashed his forearm when he tried to defend himself. She admits they were arguing over her cooking, but she says she struck him with a napkin holder. In any event, the guy will be fine. He received stitches and was released from the hospital.
Nominee number 2.
This won't get you a better deal on a car. Kevin Alexander Lyman, a 20-year-old with a dream of owning a BMW M4, went to a dealership to get one. Despite his financial limitations, he refused to accept reality and drove his car into the dealership after being denied a test drive. He circled the lot twice before crashing through the showroom window. Inside, he searched for the BMW keys but couldn't find them. Since BMW keys don't magically appear after ramming through a building, he left on foot, leaving his car as showroom decor, I guess. Police found him later and arrested him for felony grand theft auto. Though he never actually stole the car, the dealership did suffer $60,000 in damages.
And the winner is
the woman who stabbed her boyfriend because he wouldn't eat her cooking. You're the Yam Bag of the Day. And we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.